3, 2, 1, and action.
So we have the universe of Anirudh. What is it ruled by? Chaos, chance, or precision?
Chaos, chance, or precision? Chaos. I think it's a producer and director's nightmare, but it's worked for us till now, and I hope it works in the future as well. Hi, this is Anirudh, and this is My Universe on Amazon Music.
What's the first sound you remember that you heard?
When I was a kid, like all parents get their kids the toy keyboard, right? So you just like keep tapping on that. So I think it was watching Yanni live at the Taj Mahal on TV. I still remember that sight actually. I still remember the TV. I still remember Yanni was wearing a white shirt, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it was just a visual and audio spectacle, which kind of made me try to like play whatever he's playing back on this toy keyboard. That's my first memory of me being interested in music per se. And I started trying to make my own music very early also. I started in 6th, 7th standard. Like obviously you start doing something and you realize that there's so much to it and you have to learn so much. So it was a big process actually. To be very honest, I still use a couple of tunes which I made then in my in my films now, when there's a deadline or there's no ideas are coming to you, then you're like, why don't you open the bank from 2002 or 2003? Obviously the production of it is going to be ancient, but you never know, you may get like some line or some melody line from that which you can actually use. I had a deal with my folks that I was going to do undergraduation in India and give music a shot for 3 years. So if that doesn't work, then I was going to go and pursue my studies abroad and be in finance or whatever. So that was the whole deal that we had. So for me to succeed in this deal, I had to like move fast, right? Most of the directors I work with right now, they all have my demo series, and some of them actually even remember. Like for example, like Shankar sir knows that I've used a couple of those songs from my demo series in other films. So like I've heard that before, but this is what came in that film. Yeah, so I did those rounds. Luckily, what happened was at the same time I was working on short films. So one of the short films I was working on became my first film, because when I was in second year of undergraduation is when I started working on my first film 3, and when I was just finishing undergraduation it released. So just in time. With respect to our first song, which was Kolaveri, to be very honest, that was like a total accident, because I think everybody knows the story. A bad version of it, like a wrong version of it, leaked. Everything happened too fast. Too many things happened. Like I went up to the Prime Minister of the country, they're like, what is this? And with every day it just kept going crazier and crazier, and for like 6 months during that time we were just going all over the world just singing that one song. So it was too much for us to take then, and we didn't even know how to react. So when the film didn't do well 6 months from then is when we realized that actually all this is just in the air, it's about what you do after this. Every song actually there we run a litmus test, like we just ask like random people. I never call the director and ask him what did you like the song or what did the backup dancer say about the song. Did the backup dancer like this song? Then I would call film distribution guys. I would call one of those guys and ask them. They'll have one certain perspective of what works and what doesn't, right? From day one, what we realized that we are not going to try to do something revolutionary in music, or it's just about, I love popular music. How am I going to make my music relatable to the layman is what that's what actually drives. I also like to update myself as to what the world is listening to, and also we have like in the studio we have one little game which goes on between us as to who takes a hunch as to what is going to be the next big genre. So we also kind of practice that genre as to how to make it before it actually hits the market here, right? Like if I wanted to be a music director, these 12, 13 years have been the best time, and it's just going to get better, I feel, because like the advent of social media, streaming and everything becoming, streamlined, it's just made things so much easier for us. Like before, it would take a while for it to reach, other people, but now it just reaches within a second, right? And with all the social media that has come now and all the streaming that has come, the language doesn't matter at all. How you utilize that to your maximum potential is what kind of defines you. So that's what we are also trying to do. With respect to Waitain, first, thanks to everyone, because the first song has just come and obviously everybody's liking it, so thanks for that. And why we want to do the AI is because, see, with Rajni sir, what happens is, because this is 50th year, I think, in cinema, this is his 50th year of acting. He came up with the idea, let's try Malaysia Vazian, who sang a lot of his party songs back in the 70s and 80s. That sounded like a new and fresh idea to me. So when he told me that, I asked his son, who I knew, who's also a singer. So he sang that portion like his father and gave it to me. Then through AI, we changed that to his father's voice. Now we have a Telugu film releasing on 27th and Waitain is 10th. I think for Pongal will be Ajit's film, which is Vida Muyarchi. Yeah, this Coolie, and then Shah Rukh sir's film in Hindi. As of now, this is already giving me a headache to mention all this.
I was going to say, that's it. That's it. That's
There are more, but I don't want to mention it because then I'll get psyched for the rest of the evening. There are about 50 songs to be given within the next 10 months. Good luck to me. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to all these fun stories and a quick tour around my universe.